The Toho Company makes wonderful monster movies that we at Lazy Alien absolutely adore. We want to share our love of these films with the world, and with that in mind, we also want to mention that some of these clips do not belong to us. We've made this video for entertainment purposes only, and the clips we've used should fall under fair use. The films featured within are the property of the Toho Company, and if you like these videos, buy their films. Godzilla, king of the kaiju, would appreciate it. What's up, guys? It is Kevin, Cypher,
and Gord,
Matt,
and we're Lazy Alien, and today we watched All Monsters Attack, aka Godzilla's Revenge.
Is that what we watched? Yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla's Revenge. Revenge.
Revenge.
His revisit revenge. Yeah.
Godzilla the re.
I had some low expectations for this movie.
They weren't even lower.
It both delivered on the bad that I expected, and came with some unexpected good. Like this movie was such a mixed bag because I expected a piece of shit, and I can't really say it was that.
It was so funny.
The first half was
the first
half. Like, well, I don't want to get too far in, but
most of the second act was bad.
This is bullshit. How did they get away with fucking selling this movie?
But let's go over the plot and we'll explain why it was bad. Chris's face is because this movie starts with the greatest song ever.
Cue music.
Oh my god, no! Some like fucking 70s music.
Swingers music.
Freeze spray. Are they like showing previews of the fight? Is that what's going on here?
I think so.
Well, there's Manila.
There's Manila, and that's
Just
clearly
doing nothing.
Doing it, yeah.
Who was he throwing now?
Cannonball.
What the fuck is this goddamn song?
seriously.
No,
Yeah, you gotta stay.
no.
I need a drink.
No.
Oh my god. I hope I have so much fun.
Oh, this is gonna be a good episode.
Screeching around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Disagree.
This is not done.
This movie's fucking amazing.
Yep, this is already 5-star for me.
Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking laugh the whole fucking
I'm having
episode.
so much fun right now.
Like, you thought Mothra's song was annoying? No.
I would
this
take
is-
Mothra's song as a freaking like lullaby on repeat 10 hours a freaking day over this ridiculous nails on a chalkboard wanna rip my brain out through my ears song.
that you don't realize is playing behind you right now.
Thank God right now I can't actually hear it.
And then after that wonderful intro, we're treated to the story of Ichiro. Is that his name, the little boy?
Yeah, Ichiro.
Ichiro.
A Cheerio,
who's-
yeah.
Cheerio.
Who's obsessed with monsters and has no friends and gets bullied.
Yeah.
Is basically his character.
That's the story of my life.
The mother leaves him to...
What? Why would he pull it out when he knows these fucking bully kids are gonna run over to him, like... You know, exactly, you stupid little kid, why'd you even pull it out of your jacket? Oh, I'm so sad.
He looked up and for a split second looked directly into the camera before he looked away from the camera.
Oh, we're going to Imagination Land, guys.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
His imagination.
I think
Going
that's...
Monster Island?
He just made that just to play with. That's like his toy.
Right. And the story is basically him running away from his bullies and retreating to inside his head, where he goes to Monster Island and learns lessons
From Manila.
from Manila, who in his imagination can change sizes and talk. It turns out he doesn't fall asleep and dream. He just zaps himself with his invention.
Yeah, really. I mean, I could totally see that.
so much better.
Every time I dream about Monster Island, I wake up and I piss my pants.
Hallucinatory dreams.
Why have I pissed my pants? Those shorts are way too, like...
What?
Yanked. Oh, yeah, there you go.
What's doing this?
Magical shit.
It's Manila. If it's not Manila, I will be actually slightly happy.
Surprise!
He's fucking talking.
He was.
And he's
What the?
person-sized.
Don't forget, this is all in his imagination.
Yeah, that's the justification for this. It's all in a kid's head.
It's in a kid's head. So this ain't real. Remember that, guys.
What?
Kind of looked like you guys kind of got lost and was like, no, rock and roll.
When he's only tiny. Only when he's
Well,
tiny.
only when he's tiny.
Yeah,
He
and
can
then
talk when he's tiny. but
when
he
he's big
can
again,
change
he makes his
at
monster
will.
noises again.
We
His
thought
donkey.
Cypher didn't like Manila in episode 8.
Oh,
It
boy.
got so much worse.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen, Sister Elder, Sister Ruth, y'all just make sure that everybody get a seat. Sister Lily may go in the kitchen, cause when it gets...
How many times did I predict this movie?
Several.
Oh, yeah, you did
Several.
predict Manila showing up to begin with. There.
Oh my, just so terrible. So absolute. Every time I predicted it, I got less and less enthused with the movie. Just
And the worst part of the movie is right in the middle, where it keeps cutting back to Monster Island, because what they decided to do to show us Godzilla's prowess is to show us the last 4 or 5 fights he's been in. This is just clips from
of Son of God's. Yeah, because this is the ugly ass costume.
breaks its arm and throws it down.
Body slam! Boom!
They're just flat out reusing an entire fight.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And hockey.
Okay.
This is awful.
The music's good.
I like the music.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the same shit.
Oh my god.
You've got to be kidding me.
I love
They dragged this out so much longer.
Like,
Yeah, this was over by now.
oh, it didn't have its hand.
I don't remember him grabbing his hand.
Some of it's new.
So they.
Oh, gee, okay.
Or that was unused footage.
Yep. That's the first time
Oh
we
my
see.
god.
That's the first time we see a Gigantus.
Yeah.
He's just running into all, like, previous fucking episodes.
Fuck this so hard.
Is he strict?
Apparently
I don't know,
Godzilla's
Godzilla.
a strict parent.
That's a shot. That's him yelling at a buyer to come back here.
Man, this sounds
Giant
like some.
spider egg.
This sounds like some agent, like 70s agent movie.
Yeah, it does.
It's fucking great.
I love the music. I hate the fact that we've now watched 3 fights we've already watched.
I think it's hilarious.
With some new stuff.
Mm.
With some.
And then he rips it off.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
He only rips one?
I guess.
3 shots. Yay, 3 shots. Not doing a big chance.
No. We're not doing Godzilla versus the Jets again. We fucking
Yes,
are!
we are! Oh!
God damn it!
What is this shit?
Again, we see him fight a Byra again.
Yep.
We see him fight the Gigantuses again.
Yep.
We see him fight the Giant Condor again.
Yep.
We see him fight the Fighter Jets again.
Yep.
And we see him fight Kamanga again.
Yep.
There was some new stuff though,
And
right?
sprinkled throughout those fights, there was like little bits of footage they either didn't use the first time or shot fresh for this movie. I'm gonna guess the first one.
This
Yeah,
movie was
probably just say
also
the first
they probably
one.
saved it.
this movie was also a compilation of just terrible rearranging and editing to make things look new
Yeah.
and different. There were some
Change the angle.
actual footage that we think was not actually put in the original shots, but it definitely was not re-record, like brand new shot footage for this movie. It was like things that they couldn't fit into the older movies, and were like, okay, well,
And then when you see it all together, you kind of see why they cut it out the first time.
right.
Why they
It's
shortened
like,
it.
this is terrible. It literally looks like two people are just going like
with two puppets on a
two
stick.
puppets on us. Yeah, it's just
But after we revisit the last 5 fights Godzilla's been in, the plot picks up a little. And here I'm going to point to Matt. Matt really liked this movie, so talk about when it picks up a little.
At which part? The point where the kid gets fucking... It turns into Home Alone 2 for some fucking reason?
He keeps moving the paper over the hole, so the guy's gonna fall in the fucking hole.
If that would happen, what happens?
Just ignore me.
Oh, so fucking close.
look at him. He's like
Actually gets captured.
Home Alone.
Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin?
We've just stepped into Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, we all gotta look at the camera and do that Macaulay Culkin like.
There are so many elements of this movie that point to just desperately trying to appeal to children.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fact that Manila can talk, the fact that he can become person-sized, the fact that this kid sees him as a divine guide.
Mentor.
This was the first movie that had a kid as the main character for the most part.
What really pissed me off is there was no real world anything.
It was
Anytime
all-
we cut to any kaiju, any monster was in this kid's mind.
Right, yeah, we never saw a kaiju outside of his imagination, not once.
No.
No destruction, no nothing. Just re-footage of, the several movies that we just fucking went through.
Yeah, it would have been
get
better.
here.
It would have been better if like one of the fights wasn't a fight we saw a movie ago
Yeah.
and features a Godzilla suit that is very distinctly different from the
Yeah,
previous
you could
and
see
future
the
ones.
different Godzilla, it's like the different suits.
So
Just like
it's like, that's how we know it's this one.
derpy,
That's how we know it's
and
this
then
one.
it goes to the good one, and then
Before-
it shoots back to the second.
Before the Gigantuses showed up, I was like, "This is from Son of Godzilla. Look at that Godzilla suit."
Yeah. You can tell by the suits. It was
So
very interesting.
Big mess, but it started to come back together when the dog is upset by this. It started to come back together when they introduced an original monster again. What was it called? Gabara?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gabara, yeah.
Gabara.
Gabara, Gabara, however you want to say it.
Lizard cat.
Giant lizard cat with the most
Like a
annoying
weird
no
horn.
little unicorn
Stubby.
horn.
A
Stubby.
derpy cat dragon with a derpy tail. Or stubby tail.
Yeah.
No, it had a little tiny unicorn horn.
Did it have
Yeah.
a horn?
Yeah, that's what charged up when he...
Okay.
New footage.
Yep.
It's Gabara.
Yeah.
This big, beautiful... Oh, it's a derpy cat.
Dirty cat dragon.
Fucking kick him in the nuts.
Oh,
Oh!
yeah. Punch him out.
Fuck, running like a... Now this is bullying. This is my bullying growing up.
Yeah.
Getting beat.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Got some dark sights right there.
Whoa.
Little Star Wars. Oh! Smack in the
Nice
face.
job on the suit actor from Manila. Look at the twitching. So he charges up this little horn, and apparently he gets like electricity powers through his hands.
And yeah, and he...
And he first demonstrates that on Manila when Manila decides to pull a jet jaguar and just goes, and I'm like, oh
Okay.
my god.
I want to point out, there are a lot of ways with practical special effects you can make someone appear to change size. They picked probably the laziest way.
Yeah, a little bit. Nice. Mega Manila.
You could not have done that lazier.
Oh my god, Manila's part jet jaguar.
It's like 5 frames, different frames of Manila getting bigger. Right now, I'm going to cut to a movie from the same time period that does it better, because I know they exist.
and he goes to try and fight this Gabara, right? Like, and
And it bullies the shit out of him.
bullies the shit out of him. It's like, fuck you, like, fuck you. And it's just like, then he's like, "Nyah!" And then Manila, actually, the guy in the suit, whoever was doing Manila, did really well at making it seem like he was actually getting electrocuted. That looked pretty realistic. Yeah, and the twitching at the end of that.
Manila's suit actor is great, but that suit,
I know
that suit
And that
shouldn't be close up on camera and having someone like talk. Like, there's so little articulation to that face that it looks really stupid.
Yeah,
And it was muffled.
And it
Like
was
somebody was
inexplicably
talking
muffled.
in a soup can.
Yeah,
In
it
the
sounded.
suit with the soup can, and it's just like, oh, can you hear me?
Why the hell does Manila sound like that in his head?
but it picked back up in the last part, and the last part was
When
the
Godzilla-
original fight they shot for this movie.
Between Godzilla and Gabara.
Yeah, between Godzilla and Gabara, and it was Manila fighting Gabara, and then Godzilla shows up, and Manila ran to Godzilla like, protect me, and Godzilla's like, no.
That's what we're playing.
Oh, Godzilla's like, who the fuck is this? Get the fuck out of here. No,
I know,
show me
he's-
what you can
he's
do
telling
first.
him
You
to
show
get
me what
back.
you can do first. I'll deal with it if it gets too fucking deep. Too deep. Go on. No, get the fuck
there, I say,
Go.
fight.
Godzilla's
Yeah.
still an asshole.
Manila's like, oh shit, I have no choice, but I have to like, okay.
Yeah,
So
go on.
it was fun to see those elements of like rough, I don't care, this is the 60s, I can hit my children parenting.
Manila actually says that Godzilla is a strict parent.
He's like, he's
He
a
does.
very strict parent.
And I'm like, I love Godzilla. Like sitting there, I'm like, I totally agree with Godzilla. Like, no, get out there and get your ass kicked a little bit, and if he gets a little too rough, I'll come in and I'll fuck him up.
Yeah,
Right?
you're
Like,
gonna get hurt. You're gonna feel this thing, but you're not gonna die. Daddy's here. He just stands there and literally gets his ass kicked.
Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day.
well, I guess we have a time to do our own revisits of the times we saw the fights here and the times we saw the fights in other episodes.
We're gonna have to throw up some comparison shots of the reused fights, because I know they did some things here and there. They rearranged a couple quick shots to just give it the illusion of being different.
Yeah, played some last to first and just jumbled them around, but it was the
Yeah,
same fight.
That
jet
Abira
fight.
fight, that was both fights together, and one of those fights takes place during the day and one takes place during night.
During
But
the rainstorm, right?
yeah, but in this movie they were both overcast, dark,
Yeah.
sort of look. So I don't know if they did some day for night there or how they did it, but it looked different if it wasn't the exact same costumes doing the exact same movement.
So it turns out none of these fights have any new, unused footage in them. In fact, most of them have footage removed, or altered slightly to fit the context. The Obira fight was lightened slightly to make it less obviously nighttime, but is still a jarring contrast to the second half, which was clearly filmed during the day. It's also made more kid-friendly. Godzilla only rips off one of the lobster's claws. It's less graphic, I guess. The Gigantus fight has a lot of shots that were cropped to remove the newborn Manila from the frame, except a few times where they straight up forgot. The Kumonga fight is the most shortened, since the original fight had Manila heavily involved. Only a small portion of that one is used. Overall, nothing new is added to any of these fights. Nothing new at all.
I think the contrast between seeing our reactions to it then and seeing our reactions to it now would also be quite hilarious.
Yeah, sit there and just like, wait, did we just see this? We're all like, yeah.
Yeah, one side I was like, oh.
And then we're all sitting there, it's like, yeah, and he does the body slam, boom, yeah, and then we're all like, he does the body slam.
The water's fine. That was like, splash! Come in, the water's fine.
Splash!
Steam, motherfucker.
Oh, that was cool.
At that part, kid's screaming, right? That part he pissed himself. He got all wet. Get him.
Wait, there you go.
Oh,
Suplex.
he just like
Yes!
snapped its arm back.
Slam him! Suplex!
That's awesome.
Power bomb that bitch!
One done.
Son of God, yeah, because the ugly silly ass costume.
breaks its arm and throws it down.
Body slam!
It's a lot of
We'll
repeat.
pad it out with, hey, we'll pad out our episode by showing stuff we've shown before. Doesn't that sound familiar, Toho?
Yeah, just so you can get a taste of what we went through today.
It's gonna suck. I'm sorry.
So, star ratings.
Star ratings.
I went first last episode.
Trying to make the
So.
animation more complicated every episode. Dicks.
Notice how I just don't do anything? Fuck that.
So, since I know you enjoyed it more than most of us,
Yeah.
what's your rating?
I enjoyed the fuck out of this for some reason. I don't know why. It's 4. I think it's probably because I connected with the kid because I know what it's like to escape to your imagination and get the fuck away from bullies. Don't
I
sigh.
love you, Matthew. I
Don't
love you.
sigh. Screw you.
So, I'm gonna say
to this little chubby kid.
I'm gonna say that's one of the few things that saved this movie is that the premise of a kid escaping to Kaiju land to solve his bullying problems is great. You just didn't need to do it all with reused footage.
Hells no. Hells no.
So for that reason, for
that's
me,
why I lost the point.
it drops. For me, it drops to 2.5 for that because, like you said, great premise. Love the idea, just not pulled off very well in my opinion.
Well, see, I also enjoyed the fight that he had with Gabara. And
Yes.
the whole teaching Manila to fight his own fights. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I get that's,
I'll bump it up to a 3. I'll be nice.
you know, so.
Scratch that one out, put a new number.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Me? I give it a 3.5.
All right.
Like Matt says, I did like the fight. It did pick up. Lost points because it was a lot of reused footage.
Hot.
And again, I kind of go with the kid because like I was bullied as a kid too, but fighting wasn't the way. It would just get me in more in trouble and stuff like that. So like, they could have.
It felt odd that the lesson was fight your bullies.
Yeah, fight because like I go and
Yep.
you watch that now, like you get in so much trouble. Like, there's no fighting, there's no bully. It's all anti stuff. So like to watch it now, it's just
It does
Totally
reflect.
opposite.
It does reflect an older time period's thinking on dealing with bullying.
like my dad's age and grandpa's age.
Yeah.
When like you got picked on, well, he had to go beat them up. If not, you're gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
Can't really do that.
That's how it worked
today.
back then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not like that today.
No, Chris.
Star rating.
Dun, dun, dun.
This movie made me miss Son of Godzilla.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with 1.9.
Ooh, lowest yet.
Oh,
That giant salt shaker. On his
1 point for the end scene when Godzilla literally is like, "No, Manila, you get the fuck in there, show me what you can do." Kind of like, you know, the tough parent. I love Godzilla as a parent. I'm sorry. I think
He's great.
He is. Yeah. He's like, "No, I won't let you die. I love you, but you gotta smarten the fuck up." Like, and the 0.9 was for the aspect of, okay, yeah, like the whole use kaijus to solve your problems
That's
with
cool.
bullies problem, yeah, okay, but everything past that, I was just not enthused with this movie at all. The theme song, the predicting it, the stupid Manila speaking friggin' Japanese English to the kid. I don't give a crap if he's in his imagination. The fact that anything took place in it, I just... 1.9.
Big ass explosion coming.
Have a nice day.
So I think that puts it lowish on the chart. By the way, I'm not putting the chart on screen anymore, but what I am going to do is put a link down in the description for a finalized version of it, like as it gets updated, because it's just too long to put on screen anymore. So that was All Monsters Attack, aka Godzilla's Revenge, which Cypher finds hilarious for some
All
reason.
monsters revenge. Who got
What
revenge?
happened to Godzilla?
Nobody got revenge.
What
Godzilla
the
just kicked
fuck
the shit out of him
happened to
again.
Godzilla so badly that he needed to get revenge on everything he already kicked the ass of before.
Why don't we just relax and turn on the radio? Would you like ham or flu?
What the fuck? I don't get it.
I don't know. So next we get back to a more sensible naming scheme.
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Hedorah. Just straight up Godzilla against a monster.
Nice.
I'm excited to see Hedorah.
Yeah? Well, yeah, because I think you were unfamiliar with him until you fought against him in the game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Fuck Adora.
So you're familiar with Hedorah. Do you know who he is?
I don't think so.
Gordy?
No.
Alright. Alright, so we'll leave it as a surprise to 2 people.
Yeah.
But he looks interesting, because I'm trying to figure out how they'll do, like, a proper fight
I'll remember when
between
I see
those
him.
two.
Yeah,
so,
I've
But
probably
I
seen
can't
them,
picture
it's
right
just-
now.
yeah.
Little side note for me, the game was actually an excellent way for me to get my knowledge on the other kaiju without going and watching the movies. So I didn't really get spoiled as to knowing what happens, but I know what the fuck he's got to face.
Yeah, you
so,
know who some of the kaiju
right?
are.
Like, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you know the face and name, abilities.
Well, not really some of the abilities. I like to play as Godzilla.
You still see them use them.
Yeah, when they use
somewhat.
against you.
But anyway. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, like it. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, which is Lazy Alien. As usual, my name's Kevin.
I'm Cypher.
Gord.
Matt.
And we're out.